right, welcome back, everybody. I pray y'all are having a wonderful, blessed day as we thank the Most High for so much. My title now says, Is jacking off really a sin? Is jacking off really a sin according to the Bible? Yeah, I know a lot of Christians going to see that title, and some people going to act all funny and act like this stuff don't exist. Well, I'm talking to the real people, and this is a video response. Back to you, Brandon J. And it's amazing to me how many people don't want to talk about this. And in reality, if you just would be real, and ask so many people if they would be real and answer, do they really do this or not? I wonder how many people would really tell the truth. And you ask me in your email, have I ever fought with pornography? Man, let me tell you something. If you go back and look at my old videos, I will tell you I was a faithful member. I will tell you how I was jacking off, or some may want to say masturbating, all that stuff. I don't know a man that I know that have never masturbated. And we're going to go to them scriptures you talking about. But I'm so proud of you. If you're 24 years old and you studying the Bible, and you was talking about in your email how you dealing with sexual demons. I did a video about incubus and succubus that a lot of people laugh at because they don't think that demons can get you in your sleep. And when you sleep, when your body is trying to rest, that's when demons are the most effective at their work at nighttime when you're trying to rest. So I know exactly what you're talking about, and it's nothing to be ashamed of what you're talking about in your email, man, because these things need to be taught. I wish that more and more Christians and church folks will stop acting like this stuff don't exist. When you start talking about oral sex and sex and masturbating, looking at pornography, people act like, oh man, we can't talk about that. Well, y'all didn't know me on my page, or if you saw me in person, we can talk about any subject there is in it, and I don't have no problem talking about it. So I wanted to set it off top. Now, um, when you look at this, let me say this off top: as the Holy Spirit is speaking to me as I speak to you. The Bible, teaches us about this temple right here to present our body a living sacrifice, to be holy and acceptable, to the Most High. And I like how you said you were studying, but you never seen the Bible where the Bible just called it straight out, as a sin, you know. But this is to be holy and acceptable. Now, with that being said, I want to say this. There are many different sins, so many different sins. There are sins against the Most High. Then you have sins against yourself. There's so many different sins, but when you start talking about a sexual sin, you'll notice anybody that deal with sexual sin will tell you, man, that's one of the hardest sins, to fight off. And then we know the Bible teaches us about abominations. You can't say that all sin is on the same level, because you start talking about, this sin here, let's just say something like overeating, gluttony, or let's say he just straight up murdered somebody. Eating too much and murdering somebody, are you gonna really put that on the same level? So there are different sins, and then you got abominations. So I love what you're saying as a young man trying to live right. You're trying your best not to jack off, but at times you slip up. I did it. I make people laugh, man. And I tell people all the time, bro. When I was off in my sins, I used to call this my right hand fellowship. You know, just like, hey, man, people that's laughing, they know what I mean by that. I used to say, you see all them prints right there? That was from jacking off. See, I'm a real brother, man. All that acting, holding and down like I ain't never went through nothing there with that. Man, I'll be a fool to act like that, man. So yes, I struggled with that, but let me get back to what I was saying about our temple. Now you have to ask yourself, Is masturbating honoring God? Is it pleasing to the Most High? So I can tell people all day long, women too, women is doing it. I can tell people all day long, man, don't masturbate. Don't do that, man. Don't look at pornography. You know what people gonna do? They gonna do it anyway because it's something they fighting with. You know, you don't overcome that overnight. You know, when you start talking about a sexual sin, man, because one thing about the flesh, I always tell people sex is a want and a need. And your body craves, like me, my body craves a female body. It craves a woman's body. It's not just a need, it's also a want. For me, I'm just talking about for me. Now, it may be different for other people. That's why I love when it's done the right way. Have I always done it the right way? No. So many times I've done it the wrong way. So many times I slipped up. So many times I knew what I was doing was wrong and it didn't care because I was so far down in my wrong, I didn't care nothing about doing right. It was messing my mind up. Pornography will mess your mind up. But when you start looking at the Bible, you know, now what I'm gonna do, brother, is paraphrase in this video for time's sake because I've already taught, you know, on those scriptures you talking about, and I'll send you the link, excuse me, to that video. But you was referring to Genesis 38, verses 9 and 10. And like you say the Bible does not mention masturbation or say it was a sin or not in so many ways. Now, what most people are going to do is go to Onan, like you were saying. I believe his name was Onan. In Genesis chapter 38, verses 9 and 10. Now, I know everybody don't think the same, you know, don't have the same view. But I know according to how you look at this, so many people are going to say, you know, it's a sin. Now, I'm going to point out something to you. Like I said, I'm going to paraphrase this. Yes, Onan, he did spill his seed on the ground, you know. But here's the question. Did the Most High condemn Onan for spilling his seed on the ground? Or did he condemn Onan because Onan was rebellious on carrying on the family duties? Since we already know the passage, let's just, you know, let's move forward with, you know, with this. See, Onan, he refused to fulfill his duty to provide an heir for his deceased brother because his brother had died. Now, if you study that passage very closely, that passage is nothing, it's not about masturbation. It was about fulfilling a family obligation. Now, we have to understand back in the Old Testament, the Old Covenant, like if your brother died, then it was your job to provide that heir. It was your job to carry on, take care of the family. So the Most High, he didn't condemn him for spitting the seed, jacking off if you want to say. But he condemned him because he was being rebellious. Am I saying it's okay to masturbate? No. Am I saying that it's a sin? That's how do you look at it? I'm gonna ask y'all that, and I love to see the comments. Y'all know I'll be waiting on them comments. Is it a sin to masturbate, or is it not? And I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, you wrong for saying it's not," or "You wrong for saying it is." This is just open conversation, y'all, and we just gonna keep it real. And I'm just gonna I love y'all feedback, man. Like I always say, try your best not to. But here's the thing. So many men I know, they are married. And so some of the wives, they menopausing. And you know anything about menopause drive a woman crazy. And it'll drive you crazy too, one of the fellas. You don't know who that woman is no more. Menopause will have you not even want to go home. Because when a woman menopause, she have so many mood swings. Some women catch it early, in their 30s. I know some caught it at 28, 29. But when they go through those stages, they don't want no sex. And the men I know, they trying their best not to cheat. And they, men, especially with high sex drives, they want it. So they find themselves masturbating more and more or looking at pornography more and more just so they won't go out and cheat. I made a statement in my old video saying I would rather stay at home and beat my meat than to go out here in this world and mess around with some chick, all women, hoes, and come back with some kind of disease like herpes. Or mess around and catch something that you don't even know what you got. Because I know myself ain't going to give myself nothing. Is it right to do that? No. Is it safe to do that? Yeah. To me, it is. But I was just, in that old video, I was keeping it real. That's why I'm saying it's different reasons. Some men really are trying not to cheat on their woman, their wife. So they find themselves, man, I just had to get myself off. Or even some women, some wives, they love to jack their husband off. So it's just so many different ways you look at it. That's why I said, let me see y'all feedback. I'm very comfortable with talking with this topic or any other topic because it needs to be talked about, especially you, brother, 24 years old as a young man. Man, when I hit 18, when I was 18, 19, 20, man, I was so smelling myself like the old folks would say. I was so curious. I was doing so much stuff, man. I was fascinated off of it, man. And I'm just keeping it real. When you young and dumb and full of calm, man, you just be wild like in so many ways. And then as you get older, you start thinking better. You start making better choices. Some of us do. You start being like, man, maybe I need to do this. That's why the Bible says it's better to marry than to burn. It wasn't talking about you burning to hell. It was talking about your flesh burning. And then some men got married to stop their flesh from burning, which is, in so many ways messed up because so many people get married and then the sex life get cut off. Then you be right back to square one. See, let's just keep it real. Sex is beautiful. And the way the Most High designed it, but it's being abused so much. That's why I say when I used to be in the room checking out, I used to be looking up like, sometimes I would stop, pray, then start right back checking out again. Stop, pray, start again. I know it's just feeling convicted. But my flesh, that's why the Bible say the flesh is weak. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. When my body started craving, man, it's like I was praying all I could pray. And then I had to understand I wasn't as serious with my prayer as I thought I was. I wasn't activating my power like I thought I was. And it took me really getting serious, man. It took me something, man, to leave that pornography alone because I went a long time without sex. Anybody know me, they'll tell you, man, that boy didn't have no woman for years. That's why my wife, she got pregnant back to back when we got together. I know you're looking at this video, baby, because, man, I had some old sperm stored up in me. Like, you talking about almost 10 years. 9, 10 years, man. So it's like, yes, I did. I practiced abstinence. That's why my hand was tore up from all that stuff I was doing. But that's what I did to keep myself right. Was it right? No. Was it wrong? Yeah. Was it wrong and right? Yeah. Somebody catch that later. But once again, that passage was not about masturbating. It was about Onan fulfilling the family obligations, so he didn't want to carry it on, But when you think about this, a married man or a married woman, this is just me right here. A married man should never have to jack off. Now, you don't have to agree with me all the way on that. Y'all see that video I did when I said when a man needs his sex, but a married man should never have to jack off. His wife should never have to, play with herself. It's some women probably looking at this video like they acting probably so holy, but they be like, at night, they know they got them vibrators. They know they putting their hand down, or they know they sitting up One thing about pornography, it gets your mind on a whole nother level. You lust. And that's why when you lust in your mind, what did our Savior say about lusting up here? That's why masturbation is not pleasing to the Most High. That's why I say, do it glorify the Most High? No, you know. But once again, a married man, to me, should never have to jack up, especially if nothing is wrong with his wife. Well, you know what I mean? Nothing like she's in real sickness. If ain't nothing wrong with her, that man should never have to jack off. I know I just messed up about 18 homes by saying that. Y'all forgive me. But I've seen people take Matthew 5, 27 and 30. When our Savior spoke against having lustful thoughts. Y'all hear this all the time. If your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off. Throw it away. Now, was that talking about masturbation? To me, no. Masturbation is always the result of having those lustful thoughts in your mind. That's why all the actions that usually lead to masturbation is very sinful. That's why you have a hard time getting back on the right track. Man, I prayed that I wouldn't do it. How many of y'all prayed and you kept on doing it anyway? See, one thing we have to understand, let me go to Galatians chapter 5, 22 and verse 23. The fruit of the Spirit is self-control. The Most High blessed us with self-control. Masturbation is a sign of a lack of self-control. See what I'm saying? Now, do you believe it's a sin to masturbate or not? I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see these answers, y'all. You know. And then there was another passage in the Bible. Oh, man, where was it at? I think it was in the Old Testament. I can't think of that guy's name. But the Bible said he relieved himself. It might have been Ehud. Y'all correct me on that because I'm just going off the top of my mind. But I think his name was Ehud. If it wasn't Ehud, it was somebody else, you know. But the Bible said he had relieved himself. Now, once again, you're not going to see it in the Bible, you know, masturbation is a sin to the Most High. You're not going to see that in there like that. But from putting scriptures together and rightly dividing the word, especially when you start talking about this being our temple and glorifying the Most High, masturbation does not glorify the Most High. I want somebody as I close to tell me, what does the Bible say about a sexual sin? I'll be waiting. This is one of them videos where I'll be waiting, man. Like, I'll be enjoying these comments because as a teacher, man, I love to see people respond back. I want to know if we really learning. Are we moving forward? Are you still stuck in the same spot? Are you moving on? Are you ready for the meat? That's why as teachers, we should always check our comments. Or if you're teaching somewhere, I always ask questions. See if the people you teaching are really learning, you know. Because some people are ready to get on that milk. And some people ready to just stay on. I mean, some people ready to get on that meat. And some ready to stay on that milk, you know. So with that being said, y'all, this is just one of those videos, you know, open discussion. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I know a lot of religious people, they don't want to, you know, talk about it. But y'all know by now, JT is not religious. So with that being said, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed night.